Britain in the 1970s wasn't always easy. Rising prices, strikes, and economic uncertainty meant many families had to think carefully before buying a new car. But that didn't stop them from dreaming. Whether parked outside a neighbor's house or shining in a dealership window, some British cars became symbols of success that almost every family wished they could own. Here are 10 British cars every family wanted in the 1970s. Number 10, Austin Maxi. Our countdown begins with one of the most practical family cars Britain had ever built. When the Austin Maxi arrived in 1969, it looked like the future. By the early 1970s, thousands of British families saw it as the perfect all-round car. Its biggest strength was space. The Maxi offered 5 proper seats, a huge hatchback, and fold-flat rear seats that allowed owners to carry everything from luggage to furniture. For growing families, it felt incredibly versatile. Under the bonnet, its economical engine helped keep running costs reasonable during a decade when fuel prices worried almost everyone. Inside, there was far more room than many rival family cars, making long journeys far more comfortable. Of course, it wasn't perfect. Its early gear linkage received criticism, and some buyers felt the styling lacked excitement. Even so, practicality mattered more than looks for many families. The Austin Maxi became the kind of car people proudly parked on the driveway because it showed they had moved up from smaller, cheaper transport. But if the Maxi felt practical, our next car added something many British families secretly wanted. A touch of executive style. Number 9, Triumph 2000. Not every family dreamed about sports cars. Many simply wanted a car that made them feel successful. The Triumph 2000 did exactly that. With its elegant Michelotti styling, long bonnet, and graceful proportions, it looked more expensive than many cars parked beside it. Parents loved the feeling of driving something that wouldn't look out of place outside a smart hotel or country house. Power came from a smooth 6-cylinder engine that made motorway journeys relaxed and remarkably quiet. Inside, passengers enjoyed comfortable seating, polished wood trim, and a cabin that felt genuinely upmarket. Children sitting in the back often felt like they were traveling in something special. The only downside was the price. For many ordinary households, owning a Triumph 2000 remained a dream rather than reality. But that didn't stop thousands of people slowing down for a second look whenever one drove past. And speaking of cars that turned heads, the next one became one of Britain's biggest motoring success stories. Number 8, Ford Cortina Mk3. If there was one car that defined British family life during the 1970s, this was surely it. The Ford Cortina Mk3 arrived in 1970 with completely new styling that immediately grabbed attention. Its sleek Coke bottle shape looked modern, confident, and unmistakably American-inspired. Compared with older family saloons, it suddenly made ordinary motorists feel fashionable. The Cortina offered exactly what families wanted. Plenty of cabin space, a generous boot, reliable engines, and affordable running costs. Whether used for school runs, summer holidays, or the daily commute, it handled every job with ease. Ford also offered countless versions, allowing buyers to choose anything from a basic family model to luxurious GXL editions with extra comfort and equipment. Owning a Cortina wasn't just practical. It meant you'd finally join Britain's growing middle class. By the middle of the decade, the Cortina had become one of the country's best-selling cars, and for good reason. But the top 7 include cars that many families believed represented an even bigger step toward success. Number 7, Rover P6. Few British cars made families feel they'd finally made it quite like the Rover P6. When it appeared in the 1960s, it was already considered advanced. But throughout the 1970s, it remained one of Britain's most respected executive cars. Its clean styling looked modern without being flashy. Unlike many rivals, the P6 wasn't built to impress with chrome. Instead, it impressed with intelligence. Under the bonnet, buyers could choose smooth 4-cylinder engines or the famous 3.5-liter V8, giving the Rover effortless performance on Britain's growing motorway network. Inside, comfortable seats, quality materials, and thoughtful design made every journey feel refined. For many middle-class families, owning a Rover wasn't simply about transport. It meant years of hard work had finally paid off. But if the Rover represented quiet success, our next car offered something even more exciting. Number 6. Jaguar XJ6. Every family had that one neighbor everyone admired. And if they owned a Jaguar XJ6, people noticed. Introduced in 1968, the XJ6 remained one of Britain's finest luxury saloons throughout the 1970s. Its long bonnet, graceful lines, and elegant proportions gave it timeless beauty. Under the bonnet sat Jaguar's legendary straight-six engine, delivering smooth performance with remarkable refinement. Inside, passengers enjoyed polished walnut dashboards, soft leather upholstery, thick carpets, and an atmosphere that felt genuinely luxurious. For many families, the XJ6 wasn't simply a dream car. It was the reward they imagined after years of success. Even children recognized the famous Jaguar badge as something special. But Britain's next family dream wasn't a luxury saloon. It was a sports car that almost everyone wanted parked outside their house. Number 5. Triumph Stag. The Triumph Stag wasn't designed for ordinary commuting. It was designed for weekends. Introduced in 1970, the Stag quickly became one of Britain's most desirable grand touring cars. Its elegant Michelotti styling gave an appearance that looked expensive from every angle. The removable roof made summer drives feel even more special. Powered by Triumph's V8 engine, the Stag promised relaxed cruising with plenty of character. Inside, buyers enjoyed comfortable seating with trim and an interior that balanced luxury with sporty appeal. Many families dreamed of owning one for holidays along Britain's coast or weekend trips through the countryside. Although reliability problems affected some early cars, that didn't stop people admiring them. For thousands of motorists, the Triumph Stag remained one of the decade's biggest automotive dreams. But our top 4 became even more famous. Number 4. Range Rover. When the original Range Rover arrived, Britain had never seen anything quite like it. Before then, most four-wheel drive vehicles were built for farms or hard work. The Range Rover completely changed that idea. It combined genuine off-road ability with luxury, comfort, and everyday practicality. Its clean design looked modern, while the powerful V8 engine gave impressive performance both on and off the road. Inside, families enjoyed commanding views, generous space, and remarkable comfort. Suddenly, country estates, successful farmers, and wealthy families all wanted one. The Range Rover created an entirely new type of luxury vehicle, and its popularity only continued to grow. But the final 3 cars became true British icons. Number 3. Mini Clubman. The Mini had already become a British legend. But during the 1970s, the Mini Clubman gave families a slightly more modern version of the country's favorite small car. Its redesigned front end made it look fresher than the original Mini, while still keeping the compact size everyone loved. Running costs remained low. Parking was effortless. And despite its tiny dimensions, the clever interior provided surprising space for everyday family life. Young couples dreamed of buying one as their first proper family car. Parents appreciated its economy. Children loved traveling in it. Few cars captured Britain's spirit quite like the Mini. But even it couldn't match our final 2. Number 2. Rover SD1. When Rover launched the SD1 in 1976, it looked like the future. Its dramatic hatchback styling stood out immediately. Nothing else on British roads looked quite so modern. The powerful V8 versions offered performance that rivaled far more expensive executive cars. Inside, buyers found generous space, comfortable seating, and a practical hatchback that made family life easier. Winning the European Car of the Year award only increased its reputation. For ambitious families, the SD1 became the car they promised themselves they'd own one day. Only one British car inspired even bigger dreams during the 1970s. Number 1. Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow. For most British families, this wasn't simply a car. It was the ultimate symbol of success. The Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow represented everything people associated with achievement, wealth, and prestige. Its famous grille, spirit of ecstasy mascot, and beautifully balanced styling made it instantly recognizable. Inside, handcrafted walnut veneers, luxurious leather, and deep carpets created an atmosphere unlike anything else on British roads. The smooth V8 engine and exceptional ride quality made every journey feel effortless. Most families knew they would probably never own one, but that never stopped them dreaming. Children pointed at them, adults admired them, and whenever a Silver Shadow quietly drove past, people couldn't help but look. More than 50 years later, it still represents the ultimate British dream car of the 1970s. The 1970s produced some of Britain's most memorable family cars. Whether practical, luxurious, sporty, or prestigious, every car on this list represented a dream for someone. Which one would have been parked in your dream driveway? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to UKTorque for more stories from Britain's golden age of motoring.